Most High ain't gonna bring this evil upon our people if only they do that which is right, man. Jake is in there fully. The world is the only thing that makes sense. Anything to do with the Most High, because you have to understand is that our people are very suspicious of the Bible. Man. Very suspicious because you've had a lot of false prophets. You've had a lot of nonsense going on from these religious leaders, man. And our people have taken notice of them. And once you notice the folly, the nonsense, you don't want nothing to do with it. So when you bring the Bible to the attention of our people, they've got every excuse under the sun not to follow. Well, that's a white man's book. That's a book that the slave master made to control the slaves. No, so forth and so on. They try to use science or some other doctrine of men to discredit the Bible.
Sorry, said that.
This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 3, verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion have overthrown their judgment. That's right. It says an evil suspicion overthrew their judgment. And there's a Most High that put that evil suspicion in your mind to overthrow your judgment so you won't be converted and be healed, man. Be healed by this word. Because this word does heal you, man. It heals your insecurities, man. It heals your ignorances. Heals that broken spirit that's within you, man. Helps you to understand the pain that our nation is going through and why our people are experiencing the things that they're going through. The troubles that we're facing. It gives you the answer to these things. Gives us a lively hope. And even in these troubles that we're in, there is an expectation. There is a destiny that is to befall our nation, man. A kingdom that the scriptures say, Yahushua said is within our Father's good will to give us the kingdom, good pleasure to give us the kingdom, man. So we need to stretch forth for that prize and not looking back for this victory. Philippians 3, verse 13. Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind, and reaching forth unto those things which are before, which is the kingdom, the salvation, Yahushua coming back. Because we need Yahushua, man, I'm telling you. We don't need this world no more. This world has destroyed our nation enough as it stands right now. All this world, ruled and dominated by the global elite who are Edomites, have done all that they could to destroy our nation. They searched our iniquities diligently, okay, to cut the name of Israel from remembrance, man. To cut off the remembrance of Israel. God talks about it in Psalms, the 83rd chapter. To cause us not to be a nation no more. And they have used various methods and schemes to make that happen. So this world is not for us, man. We don't look at the things that are behind, but we look for the things that are before us, man. So it says, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before, I press toward the mark of the prize of the high calling of the Most High in Hamashiach Yahushua. That high calling is coming out here, ministering this word, hoping that the end of our faith will be salvation, man. And the word salvation means preservation and deliverance from destruction. So as I'm speaking about destruction to come, the nuclear fire, the nuclear missiles, and the judgments to come, I'm also at the same time saying that the Most High is going to remember mercy even in wrath and remember his chosen. But the Most High has an elect among his people that are predestined to be delivered, predestined to be saved, predestined not to taste of the second death, man. Predestined to endure to the end and receive a crown that will never fade away, man. And I pray, say that I'm part of that. Even though I go off, the scriptures talk about a righteous man falling down 7 times, but he get back up again. And I pray, you know, that I get back up and keep going, man. You know, that I be not a castaway. That's the worst thing, to be a castaway. So it said, let us therefore, as many as be perfect, be thus minded. And if in anything ye be otherwise minded, the Most High shall reveal even this unto you. Alright? Let me start. Verse 20. For our conversation. Well, let me read off straight right now. Verse 16. Nevertheless, whereto we have already attained, let us walk by the same rule. Let us mind the same thing. You know? That's why I say it's a beautiful thing for brothers to dwell together in unity. If only we could all mind the same thing, understanding that this place is not our rest, man. It's polluted. And it will destroy us, man, even with a sword destruction. You want to cover yourself with the spirit of Egypt, with the spirit of this place. The spirit of our modern land of bondage. Because this place is our oppression. We were oppressed here. Us and our forefathers. We were brought over here to serve captivity. So why the hell would you want to raise your children in a place that hates you, man? The powers that be hate us as a nation. And have sought our downfall for many hundreds of years. So why would we, who are sober-minded, seek a future in a place that was built for our destruction? That guy needs to fix his hair. Shame that part. This our brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk so as ye have us for an example. The many walks of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Hamashiach. I'm telling you, you certain guys are coming to this truth. And really, you're in this truth to serve your own or selfish interests, extorting brothers, man. Waxing proud against brothers, using your position of authority to exercise dominions over another brother. Just to exercise your muscles, to flex your muscles. That's not of the kingdom. That definitely is not the fruit of the kingdom to come. Jesus says, let brotherly love continue. So in this truth, that shows you, in this truth, you got to be careful about how you treat brothers, man. And come out of that nigga state of mind, that worldly nigga state of mind. Listen on. For many walk of whom I have told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Hamashiach. Exactly. So you got certain guys that probably were sincere at one point in time, that were out here ministering this word, fellow laborers with us teaching this word, helping brothers out, carry signs, even make signs, buying brothers little bottles of water when we're thirsty and that. Sincere, charitable, offering money to brothers, man, to help them, support them in their everyday life, because brothers might come up short of money. Sincere brothers that are fallen out, man. The Most High took that spirit off of that same brother, that same charitable brother, and put him back in the world, man. Showing you that it's not of your works, man, or even your hearts and intent, but it's of the Most High that called it, man. You understand? And those very same brothers, as sincere as he might have been, he is an enemy of the cross. Because the scriptures say, he that gathereth not with us, scattereth abroad. Imagine if all the brothers went back into the world and none of us was out here doing any more videos. How would the flock get fed? How would the elect be sealed? We'll be in hell forever. They said, verse 19, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. Right, because when you go back into the world, your mind is things of the world now, man. And there's nothing in the world, I'm telling you. So there's no point going back into something that's ultimately going to pass away. What is the point, man? And that's what I'm saying. I can't go back into the world. Even if I was going through a day or a week even, or a month, where I just felt that the spirit wasn't dealing with me. You can't go back into the world, but there's nothing in it.
I know it's on here.
Only demons, only spirits on the other side. Confusion, insecurities, darkness, man. Feelings of being lost. Only lust remains. And the end thereof is death. And it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. Because the Most High could choose many different ways to take you out. But it's going to say, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved, man. I pray the Most High give me a spirit to endure to the end. I don't want to get numbered among the majority of our people. Because the scriptures detail in Revelation 21 the nature of the majority of our people. Adulterers, whoremongers, liars, everything that worketh and maketh a lie, man. That's our people for you. Wicked, they're rebels. The scriptures call our people rebels. They said, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, meaning their own satisfaction, man. They're seeking after their own pleasures, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things. For our conversation, our way of life is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. See, our people were looking for JD Sports to open back up. Our people were looking for Foot Locker and the rest of these commerce, consumer-based stores to open up. They were looking for that. As soon as stores started opening up, niggas went straight to these stores, man. They got their minds set upon these things. But their minds is not set upon the thing that I was talking about, looking for the safety of Yahweh Shai. Who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself. So we're looking for a changing of our vile bodies, man. Because these bodies are vile. We're always thinking something perverse in your minds. It weighs you down. The flesh is weak. You can get sick. Mucus. You see me wiping my nose all the time, sniffing and shit. Hey, you're gonna be able to eat meat all week round, all month round, and you don't need to eat herbs or nothing because your body's not gonna be able to build up all that mucus because your body's gonna be perfect. Imagine that you can just eat meat continuously and not get a build-up of toxins in your body where you can catch colds or cancers or any manner of toxin, man. You won't get no build-up of yeast infections. What's this thing? Diabetes. That this is the fruit of the kingdom, and this is what we're looking for. We're looking for Yahweh Shai to change our body so we can do all these things. Not saying that I'm going to eat meat like lamb and all that consistently, because you know you want to mix it up. You might want to eat herbs and other things, but you can do that in the kingdom. You know, that's right. Change our vile body, because these bodies stink. If you don't wash yourself, your body's gonna start stinking, man. BO, your breath stink. You take off your socks, your feet smell. All that's gonna be done away with, man. No, your head gets bald, your hair might fall out, your hairline might get fucked up. All that's gonna be done away with. Now, stress and depression can make you suffer hair loss. You know? You get a weakened bone structure. You know, there's a word for it. You know, when you get the bones get thin and brittle. Your bones is gonna be like steel, man, harder than steel. It's gonna say, "No weapon against thee shall prosper." We're going to be immortal, I'm telling you. We're going to be immortal beings, ruling and judging planet Earth and all the inhabitants. What else could you want? What else could you wish for? Our people looking for an Audi car. I mean, I like Audi. Audi is a nice car. That's my favorite model. A nice little car, man. Our people looking for cars are looking for riches, man. Things that this world has to offer. And the scriptures tell you that First Timothy 6:9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Yeah. So going after riches, fame, status, in this world, you're going to have to sell your soul. Or do something abominable, man. In the sight of the Most High in order to gain favor from Satan, the spiritual demon Satan. And the Most High and the spiritual demon Satan is going to get his physical counterpart Esau to approach you and get you to sell out in exchange for riches. And it said, but they that be rich fall into temptation and a snare and into many foolish and harmful lusts, man. And these things will hurt you, man. Like all these celebrities, you see them out, celebrities that are on drugs, DMX, Whitney Houston, and countless others, man. And you saw the state of them, even in their wealth, even in their riches, with their houses and properties and the cars that he had. Look what became of them. Many foolish, hurtful lusts, man. Foolish and hurtful lusts. Which it says what? Which drown men in destruction and perdition, because that's the end of that. The end of that is destruction and perdition. The word perdition means utter destruction. What does it say in Second Peter chapter 2 verse 9? The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment to be punished.
What is that you're talking about, guy? You are in church in Israel. Why does it make sense? Israel is Israel, then. That's it.
Yeah. No, he's Muslim. You can tell he's Muslim. I'm trying to hear you.
Allô? Non, pas encore.
Our people are so worldly. Our people are exactly what they're looking for. Some type of worldly gain. What's it going to lead you to? Let me read it again. Verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished, man. And that punishment is the nuclear destruction. You get what I'm saying? And the torments, because by seeking after riches, that's a form of idolatry, and that can move the Most High to jealousy, because you're seeking after things that are not of the Most High. The scripture says, seek the Lord while he may be found. Draw ye upon him while he is near. So here the Most High near, but you don't want him. You want riches. You want meat that perish, man. The fruit of maggots, man, worms. That's the meat that you want. That swine meat. The GMO meat. I had a scripture in my mouth, but I lost it. And when the scripture comes to your head, you will act on the spirit. Verse 10, for the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. This pretty much all goes back to the initial topic that I was on about this world, man. Back in Luke 4, verse 6, and the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of, let me start verse 5. And the devil taking him up into an high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them. For that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I give it. If thou therefore will worship me, all shall be thine. And Yahushua answered and said unto him, get thee behind me, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Right. What's the scripture? Because Satan offered Yahushua all the riches of the world, dominion, power of all things. And Yahushua said, man, get the hell out of my face. I don't want that. I know I'm going to get greater than that. I'm going to inherit everything through Yahushua legitimately. Yeah, these people are the Israelites. They're not black.
They're not black.
Our skin color isn't black. We were called niggas, Africans, Jamaicans. We were called niggas, but that's what we are. We're the Israelites. We're God's chosen people.
What does that make me?
Huh?
What does that make me?
Where are you from? Where's your forefather from?
From Europe.
You're an Edomite.
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 You're not white. You're not white. You're not Greek or Roman. So you have different labels, like Caucasian. You're the ancient Edomites.
So does that mean you're chosen and I'm not?
You're not chosen. Basically.
What does that mean for me then?
Hold on. It's Isaiah 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, which is these people, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. Meaning we're going to have our own land, the land of Israel, which is over there in the Middle East. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Yeah.
Because you have our people that are dispersed all over the world. Our people are in China, Korea, India, Germany, Italy. Our people are scattered to the four corners of the world. So our Messiah is going to come in the end of this time and save those of us that believe in him and bring us to our own land. Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel, which is us, shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So we're going to rule over all those that oppressed us. We're going to take them captives, whose captives we were, because we were captives for your people. Your people led us into slavery and have benefited of the society that you made us build for. So there's going to be a turning of events where the Lord is now going to deliver those his people and give us the very same people who enslaved us as our possessions. Because it said, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. So we're going to have servants.
So I'm going to be your slave, that's what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Wow.
I mean, you know, as the saying goes, you do unto others as you allow others to do unto you. So that's pretty much what the Most High is going to do.